Alright, hey guys, I've got the pinion out finally. This guy is just destroyed, man. I don't know if you can see this. Half of the teeth completely got chipped up. So that's pretty crazy. Just on 4S. It was really tough for me. I got lazy. I didn't want to remove the whole motor assembly. It was really hard for me to get that pinion out, but eventually I did. But now to install a new one, I may eventually have to just really take the whole thing out so I can set the mash properly and stuff. Anyway, so I looked up my toolbox. I pretty much have every size. The Robinson Racing 1 mot pinion. I wanted to go to 14. I think the stock one is 12. I want to go to 14, but I have every size except for 14. I know a lot of people go straight up to the 16th teeth, the optional gearing. People say, well, Arrma said, be careful, you might overheat, blah blah blah. But a lot of people still went and they didn't have any issue. I'm not sure if I want to go to 16. I'm probably either going to stick with 13 or 15. Not too sure, so I got to think about that. But just want to show you that what I just did in the last few minutes just to get that pinion out. It was quite a pain just to do that. And try to avoid taking this guy out, but it looks like I do have to do that since to actually install the new pinion. Yep. Anyway, guys, something to watch out for, man. I try to remove the motor mounts, and just like many RCs that came in the factory, they totally over Loctite the screws that are on the aluminum motor mount. I wasn't able to get him even move them with this. I had to get some little bit of leverage. I used the hex wrench that were included. A little bit more leverage. I was able to break them loose, and I just used a old hex wrench, hex driver handle, and just kind of loosen them at the end. But just want to show you how much Loctite they use on this guy, man. That's crazy. So be very careful. Make sure you have a good hex driver. You don't want to strip these screws, man. It's gonna be a pain in the butt for you to get them out. So make sure you use one of these hex driver. Check the hexes to make sure they're in good shape. Use the one that came from the factory. If it came with a truck, they should be brand new. Get some leverage on it, and just take your time. Don't, if it's about to strip, stop and try to figure another way out. So just want to give you a warning when you're trying to remove the factory screws. They are very, very tight. Same thing with the actual pinion grub screw. That was very, very hard to get. That was very hard for me to get that out. So be very careful. Hey guys, so it did quite a bit of work. Got the pinion replaced. It was quite a pain in the butt to do that. As I was at it, I tried to replace some of the M3 screws with the stainless steel ones I have. Replace a few of them that I can get to. Let me shove the wires back in here into this little holder. Yeah, just when you do the pinion, just make sure when you mount the motor back, make sure your center shafts are in the cups. I knew going in, but somehow one slipped out and I had to kind of unscrew everything and did it all over again. So that sucked. What else? This guy, this little center brace here comes awfully close to the ESC casing there, and there's a little wire there that's kind of exposed. So I'll shove a little piece of foam in there and just to minimize the rubbing there. It's pretty much contacting it. What else? Cleaned it up a little bit. I tightened. Apparently, either the previous owner have not bothered checking the screws when they got in the factory. A lot of screws were loose, so I tightened up pretty much all the screws that I could get to. you know, some were half a turn, some were a quarter of a turn, but still, you know, make sure when you get your Outcast, go through and just tighten all the screws that you got. Yeah, you don't want these screws to come loose. So it's kind of weird. They completely over Loctite the anything's on aluminum, but for the plastic ones, they it's under tightened. So go through your truck, make sure everything is tightened down. What I'm working on now is, now that I got truck put back in one piece, I'm gonna work on the shocks now. Where is it? Let me see. Alright, as I mentioned before, I bought the Duratrax DTXC 8946. I think it's for one of their 1/8 scale trucky. Anyway, got him pretty cheap. Comes with 4 springs. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 front, 2 back of the rear. The shorter ones, I think they measure, let's see, about 70 millimeter, and the longer ones, I believe, was about 90. I think from what I read, people who replace the shocks with the Techno shocks, they go for 80, 85. I don't remember. But the stock springs are pretty short. They are 75. So the front that came in the package is probably not going to work. A little bit too short, even shorter than the stock spring. Maybe the 90 millimeter one. I don't know if it's a little bit too long. Might not. I might just probably move the settings up a little bit, the collar up a little bit, since the spring's gonna be longer. I have two packages of these, so I can just open the outer package and use the 90 millimeter springs. Just want to screw it all the way down as far as it can go. Now with the longer springs, and go move this guy back up. Probably move this pretty far up, actually. I'm gonna show you one more thing that I do is, yeah, it'll be fine. Up down a little bit now. Don't need to go all the way up. So another thing I'm gonna do is shock boots. These things, the one in the rear came loose already. I did the same thing on my Berserker. There's a little zip tie around it. Let me see if I can get a skinnier one. Sorry guys, this is about as small as I've got. I'll keep it same color. We'll go through this, and hopefully it won't interfere with the springs. For my Berserker was okay. You gotta cut it all the way to the lock, where it locks, so it sits flush, so it's not sticking out. So when you put a spring in, hopefully it won't interfere with it, and this guy, it does interfere with it, so this may not work. Yeah, this is not going to work for this, is it? Yeah, it is interfering with it, so yeah, this won't work on this guy. Let me see if we can get something smaller. I don't have anything smaller than what I got here. I know there are smaller zip ties out there. I don't have them. That sucks. I was hoping it would work. but it doesn't. So I just gotta, well, I guess I gotta forget about it. Yeah, so for those of you who got the tiny little, just got the tiny zip ties, which I don't have, so do that. Just hold the shock boot in place. Alright, let me clean this guy up. Okay, let's see if we can set this lower. Which way am I going here? Let's set this guy lower. Yep, so it's not, the front, it's not going to droop as bad as stock setting. Okay. Okay, that feels great. So put this. Oh, don't fall. Put this guy back on here. Do this. I've never had to use these little Allen wrenches on any of my RCs ever, but on this Arrma, just working on it one night, I already had to use it multiple times for loosening the factory Loctite. And then this guy, this for the shock, you gotta get your Allen keys in the back. Alright, my normal driver wouldn't fit, so you gotta get it behind the shock tower, hold it in place. Same thing on this side. The nut was pretty loose, so again, check all your screws and all your nuts. Make sure that everything is tightened up before you run these guys. I mean, if you'll be doing a lot of jumping, this guy, things will come loose. So every, I would say, couple of runs, 3-4 runs maybe, just go through your screws again. Make sure everything is tight. Put the push pin back in. Here, put the grub screw. Push pin all the way down. Grub screw. Okay, good. You get this side here. Get the push pin out. Oh, little spacer there fell out. Can do the same thing on this side. Get rid of this. Clean the retainer here. Lots of dirt stuck in there. Oh, the boot is kind of folded in there. That's fine. Things still works. Move this guy up. Which way do I turn? Which way do I turn? The other way. sure the same setting here, pretty much. Yep, exactly the same. Get the 90mm spring in here, the retainer back. Feels great. Whatever fluid the previous one did, added there, feels pretty nice. Just gonna keep it as is. Get this guy back on here. Washer, nut. Get my Allen key in the back, hold that screw. Tighten down the nut up front. Okay. Get the bottom. Get the shock end in, it's in there. Move the shock end around until the pin push through. Okay, it's in. Last step, grub screw. Okay, so much better. 15mm gain in shock length, spring length. Check it out. Get it off the stain. Sure you guys can still see it. Still is bound. Let me adjust the ride height a little bit more. Paint on the white spring is getting scratched off. .7. 9.4. A little bit more. 10. 10 and 10. Perfect. Well, maybe I need heavier weight in the front, but I mean it should be better, I think. So. Probably gonna swap the rear ones out as well. I get this guy off anyway because the boot kind of slipped off of the shock there, shock body. Lots of dirt there. Push pin out. There's lots of crap in there. Let me brush it off as much as I can, at least. And then definitely gotta clean the spring here. full of dirt. Holy crap. That slipped off. Gotta clean it. The rear spring is a little longer. $83 stock. We'll open this pack too. I'll go with put the 90mm in the back as well. These springs literally cost nothing. I was making an eBay order. Seller had these pretty much dirt cheap. They were $1.50 for a set or something like that, $1.20. So the techno ones that most people use, they're pretty expensive. The seller did include the set that he bought for me, but I'm not gonna use it. Hold on to it. They're like 10-12 bucks a pair. So get all four just for that upgrade. You look at 25 bucks just on the springs. But using the Duratrax one, it's $2.50. Much cheaper. And I'll see how they perform. Might be okay. No idea if they're supposed to be firm, medium, soft, or feels somewhat medium. It's definitely not soft. I'm gonna keep the same setting here. Get this guy back in. Yep, feels pretty decent. Let's clean a little bit. Being in the back, pick up a lot of dirt. So that's that. On key wrench here. I'm just going to go in. There's that pin here, and I'm going to move this around until you can run this pin through here. I'm not really cooperating, huh? Oh, there you go. The front was a lot easier to get in. Make sure you put the grip screw back. Alright. The last one here. Again, I really gotta get the dirt guard because way too much crap. Getting it back here. A lot of stuff. Oh. What the? Guess where I ran today. It's been raining, so dirt. Yeah, still a little damp. Ooh. Yep, same settings. Confirm that. Dirt off of this retainer here. Use it. Dirt's like mulch, and whatever it is, it keeps getting trapped in here. Okay, where's the last spring? Here, shove it back in. Voila. Done. Get this guy back in here. Just washer. Nut. Okay, one last grub screw. Okay, done. Done. I think I'm done for tonight. Pile of dirt swept away first. Feels pretty nice. Pillow ball design though. I get these annoying squeaky noise. One on the downside with the pillow ball suspension design. I haven't heard that on the Berserker yet. It does also has the pillow ball design. But yeah, the Arrma. I've watched some videos where I've heard this little squeaking noise before. It's kind of annoying. Oh well. So this is all set, ready to run again. I'm going to try to get out tomorrow. Bash this guy again. Had so much fun doing that yesterday. I had to fix a couple of things. But no big deal. Took a couple hours. But did quite a lot today. Yeah, so this guy's ready to go tomorrow. So definitely get more video of it.